it straight out of an episode of a TV sitcom, and indeed that's the case. It was the plot of a famous episode of WKRP in Cincinnati back in 1978. Some of y'all may remember that. In that episode, the station management came up with a Thanksgiving promotion where they tossed live turkeys from a helicopter. Now, in the episode, an on-air reporter witnessed the event as turkeys were thrown from the aircraft and they plummeted to earth while people below were running for their lives to avoid being hit by these turkeys. Well, something very similar to that exists in real life. The small town of Yellville, Arkansas, hosts an annual turkey trot. It's been in existence for 72 years. It attracts large crowds from across the region. They have a big parade, live music, and a Miss Drumsticks beauty pageant. Then after a few years, after a few decades that this festival was going on, they came up with the idea to toss live turkeys from the roof of the local courthouse. That took a bizarre turn when they kind of upped the ante and decided not to just drop them from the rooftop, but to throw them from private aircraft from approximately 500 feet in the air. Now, we know wild turkeys roost in trees, but they spend most of their lives on the ground, and they fly only short distances at a time. Farm-raised turkeys seldom ever have the opportunity to fly. Now, this event came to the attention of the FAA, and they denied approval of the flight path for this violent event because it was harmful to people below as well as what was happening in the air, and it was not sanctioned by the festival organizers. Also, during the meantime, it had garnered a lot of opposition from the community and considerable outrage from animal lovers across the country. Then, after a while of denying this, in 2015, the FAA cited lack of specified language in Title 14, Part 91, which regulates the dropping of objects from civil aircraft. So they said they didn't have the authority and they had no choice but to approve the request for these turkey drops. What happens after these birds are thrown out of the plane? Well, most are injured and they struggle to fly. Most of them are killed. Some of them hit people on the ground. Anyway, it's a bad situation. Now, supporters of this may claim that it brings money to the area, but I can tell you the opposite is the case because since this has been going on, it's gotten so controversial. The Yellville Chamber of Commerce, which sponsors the festival itself, has pulled its funding because of this additional turkey drop that has interfered with the event. So my amendment is very simple. It directs the DOT to finalize rules that would ban this practice once and for all. It will give them the authority to do it. It allows an exemption for legitimate use of aircraft through things like wildlife work where they drop fish into lakes. That would not be affected. It's drafted in such a way to prevent that. I've written to the FAA about the issue, and they responded. They don't have the regulatory authority to do this, so Congress needs to step up and give them that authority. Now, some people might claim that animal welfare is outside the purview of the FAA, but that ignores the fact that there are numerous areas in the U.S. Code where the FAA regulates or has policies impacting aircraft and animals. Congress has stood up time and time again against such kind of destructive acts against animals in the name of entertainment. In fact, there's a bill out there now called Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act, which is co-sponsored by half of the members of this committee, including you, Mr. Chairman, which I appreciate. So I hope that the committee will make this amendment in order, will stop this turkey drop, and will allow the Yellville Chamber of Commerce to move forward with its very popular festival. And I yield back.
Thanks very much.
I like to share these things with you.